logistic and other challenges to us.
Currently, Jamaica needs to significantly strengthen and
Funding purchase the machine is for, and there was a debate in Parliament.
Alright, first and foremost, I want to say Kalalal, Yahweh, Bashem Yoshai, Bashem Makar Kodash. The bonus to the Hells and Apostles of Stone, and salutations to all the brothers pushing this work in all sincerity and in truth. Right, I'm the brother from the GMS Kingston Jamaica camp, here once again with a quick lesson. And as you can see on the screen, this is basically a video from the Jamaica Gleaner showcasing the unveil of a genome sequencing machine to test for CV19 variants, right? So pretty much Andrew Holness is showcasing the machine, and he's telling how he got the idea to come about acquiring the machine, right? Now the point of this video is actually to exhibit that the two political parties within Jamaica are not in actual conflict with each other, right? And Andrew Holness is going to say that in this video. Let me just play it for you.
On hardware and software. It was just about the time that I had to give my budget presentation, 2 weeks before, and there was a debate in Parliament, and the opposition spokesperson on health wrote a little note and said, Prime Minister, we should get one of these machines. We need to get one of these machines. And I responded to him and said, I agree with you. I'm going to try and pursue it. Now, just for the benefit of the public, what the public sees is the government and opposition or other interest groups always in conflict. And it does serve some interest for the public to always be of the opinion that we are in conflict and that there is no collaboration.
Exactly, he said it. It does serve some interest for the public to be of the opinion that the government is in conflict. Now, what does the word government means? The word govern means to control, and ment is from the Latin mente, which means mind, right? So the government appearingly, seemingly being in conflict serves a particular interest, because then the public will be of the notion that they have somebody to voice their opinion, to voice their needs, or to voice their desires, right? When in actuality, all the political parties are doing is to control the narrative of what they seem fit for the public, right? They are not actually fulfilling the desires of the public, but they are actually seemingly acting to be of or for the public interest. You understand? So as he's saying that it does serve some public interest. So that public interest is for the public to be of the opinion that the government is for their cause. You understand?
The opinion that we are in conflict and that there is no collaboration. It does serve some political interest. But it is not always the case. For national issues, for issues where clearly we have to rise above politics. For context and for the public's understanding.
Exactly. So there are issues which basically national issues where clearly they have to rise about politics. You understand? Because there is an agenda that was laid out before them, right? Your prime minister, your opposition leaders, it was laid out before them, and they have to fulfill that agenda, right? According to the desires of the global elites. You understand? They have to basically carry out the mandate of the global elites, and that is what is happening right now. If you examine the means or measures that are being implemented in response to the CV19 pandemic, all of the protocols and instructions and guidelines being laid out is coming from the WHO. You understand? The World Health Organization. You understand? The movements in relation to economic development. You understand? It's of the UN, right? And you can basically see it. You see the interests of the WEF, which is World Economic Forum, playing out, man. leading us into what? The fourth industrial revolution. You understand? That's why the scripture tells in the book of Psalms 64 verse 8, it says, so they shall make their own tongue to fall upon themselves, all that see them shall flee away. So if people are really taking note of the things that are being said, they would realize that the opposition, right, the party in power and the opposition are not really in conflict. They are of the same agenda, but though it seems as if they are in conflict. And what is being played out is Hegelian dialectic. You understand? You can look up that word, man. Hegelian dialectic. You understand? Where they have posed a problem and then they have come with a solution. That is what is happening, right? And this isn't something new because it's the same method or means of government that is being played out in America. Where did America get its system of governance from? It got it from the British. Where did Jamaica got its system of governance from? It got it also from the British. You understand? What is the system of governance in Britain? The Westminster, you can call it the Westminster political system or government system, right? Where you have three arms of government. You have the executive, judiciary, and legislative. Understand? It's basically the same thing being played out in America. And where did these both countries, Britain, America, and Jamaica, get this from? Right? Where did all of them basically originate from? It originated from the Roman Empire. You understand? That's why when you jump to the book of Maccabees, right? Let me get that. The book of First Maccabees, chapter 8, start at verse 15. It says, moreover, how they had made for themselves a senate house, wherein 320 men sat in council daily, consulting always for the people, to the end they might be well ordered, and that they committed their government to one man every year, who ruled over all their country, and that all were obedient to that one, and that there was neither envy nor emulation among them, meaning that they were in agreement with each other. So just like back in the Roman Empire, you have the patricians and the plebeians were in agreement with each other, is likewise now where you have the Democrats and the Republicans in agreement with each other, right? And you have the PNP and the JLP in agreement with each other, right? Jumping from there to the book of Revelation. Revelation chapter 13, verse 11. It says, and I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had two horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon. That other beast that is being spoken of right here is talking about America, right? Mystery Babylon the Great, the mother of all harlots, right? It says that he had two horns like a lamb, meaning that they have two political parties and they both display a means of innocency, right? And appear to be for the public interest, right? And it says, and he spake as a dragon, right? So they are all of the same mindset, and the measures that they're promoting are draconian. You understand? That's why the scripture say, frame it mischief by a law. What hath the throne of iniquity after our fellowship to do with thee? Understand? Because this current society is of the throne of iniquity. So what has it to do with righteousness? What has it to do with the establishment of the laws, statutes, and governance of the Heavenly Father? Right? Because it is only framing mischief by a law. They are all forgers of lies and physicians of no value. And that is what this current establishment is all about, right? There is a two-party system which appears to be in conflict in accordance to the public opinion, right? But in actuality, they are not in conflict, right? And that is what this lesson is basically demonstrating right in front of your eyes. And Joel has just said it, man, right? So you can twist it and try to have what you call cognitive dissonance as much as you want, but the truth is in the pudding, man. understand? They're actually working together to accomplish a particular agenda that was laid out before them by the global elites, right? So with that, I hope that this lesson was edifying to the elect and nation of Israel. I want to say Kalalal, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakar Kwadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Graven Stone, and salutations to all the brothers pushing this work in all sincerity and in truth. Shalom.